The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Straight ahead tonight, an activist is calling attention to what he says are anomalies in the Department of Road Traffic. And tonight is asking how can many of the taxis operating out of the Lynden Pindling International Airport be operated by people who should not be a part of the local transportation industry. Also tonight, the Taxi Cab Union says the Ministry of Transport is showing favoritism to livery drivers over taxi drivers. We have an insider's view. And a war of words developing between TUC President Obie Ferguson and BUT President Belinda Wilson. It's all straight ahead for you this evening. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along. Activist Richard Johnson has been lobbying for the past 2 days that transportation industry be reserved strictly for Bahamians. This after he alleges that the taxi industry, especially out of the airport, Lynden Pindling International Airport, is being operated mainly or largely by Haitian drivers. We're going to get to the bottom of that and also the issue that he says exists within the Department of Road Traffic. Richard, good evening to you. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you here. I don't even know where to start, but certainly I know because we have an insider here and I made attempts to reach out to the Taxi Cab Union to get his point of view, but was unsuccessful up to tonight's airtime. But when you say that you are disturbed by the fact that here's an industry that should be left alone and for Bahamian operators, right, and it's being infiltrated or has been infiltrated by Haitians, how to what extent?
So, Shanique, I want to be very clear on this, and I make no apologies for what I'm going to say. In this country, I strongly believe that certain industries in this country should be directly owned and run by Bahamians only, full stop. I don't make no apologies for that. If you go in the straw market, Shanique, you see where Haitians are nationals are in the straw market selling straw bags. If you go to Fish Fry, they're making conch salad. That's why I don't eat conch salad on Fish Fry. So at the end of the day, I believe, Shanique, whether it's a taxi, whether it's in tourism, whether it's at Fish Fry, I don't care. It should be owned and run, and only run by Bahamians.
But not even workers? I mean...
Shanique, we have a problem now with that, right? So my view is this, and we are Bahamians who, because I agree with that we are part of the problem, Bahamians.
We are.
Who are complicit, who facilitate, who encourage this nonsense, and it has to stop. Shanique, when I was coming to the airport 2 weeks ago from Grand Bahama, and as you come out the domestic terminal, taxi drivers outside, and the man asked me, Daddy, if you need taxi. I say, what you say? Daddy, if you need taxi. I say, no, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't understand what you're saying. Daddy, if you need taxi. I say, never. I have my car here.
What if that gentleman was on a work permit, was a resident, was a citizen? What if, Richard, does he not have a right to seek employment or own his own taxi and operate that way?
Again, I go back on what I say. I don't care who issued him a work permit. I don't care if the director of immigration gave him that work permit to be at that taxi or that door. I don't care if the minister of immigration gave him that work permit. Certain industries in this country belongs to Bahamians, and that's being taxi driver. What could they tell you with the Bahamas? They just reach here on a boat. Tell me what they could tell you about the country they don't know nothing about. To tourists, what they could tell you. So I'm saying to you, in our Department of Immigration, I don't care how much guard they change. I don't care how much leadership they move out of there. We still have a vexing problem in this country, Shanique. We still have it. Mm-hmm. Last night in your show, as you know, I watch your show every night. Mm-hmm. You show pictures with people coming from Haiti on Bahamas Air in droves. When last you hear they come on the rickety boat?
Not for a good while.
Not for a long time. No. So they've changed that approach. There's people inside the
So
system
then that shows
working
that,
with them.
So don't you think that's what it is? Don't you think that's legal travel? The fact that they are coming through the airport where there's so much security, so many levels of security, and you can't escape a checkpoint. Don't you think that
So
they
how
are
much, but
coming
Shanique,
the
we have
legal way?
also find, how much time we find documents that's supposed to be authentic that's fraudulent.
You're right.
Many times. How is it that you have a Bahamian passport, Shanique, and you can't speak a lick of English? Huh? That can't be.
Well, I'll tell you, after last night's show, I reached out to, because immigration seems to be very, like very difficult nut to crack these days. So
Right.
therefore, I spoke with an attorney who said to me, say, listen, and we're not being xenophobic here. We're not trying to incite anything against a particular set of people.
Right.
But here's what he said. He said, listen, it's a very delicate topic, and more emphasis obviously need to be placed on the distinction between legal and illegal Haitians. Now, but get this part though. Article 8 of the Constitution says that a child born outside the Bahamas is a Bahamian citizen at birth if his father is a Bahamian, and many other people, for example, in terms of the passport, this is a follow-up after last night's discussion that you all saw, and the big photographs that were blown up with somebody with a Bahamian last name and other funny name coming in with this passport.
Correct.
That the same happens to children like those born in other countries, the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, where Bahamian passports are issued by our embassies or high commissioners or commission offices there. I don't know if Haiti still has a Bahamian embassy operating at this moment, given everything that's been happening.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, what if it could be one of those possibilities?
Shanique, let me tell you something. The government of the Bahamas...
Now, we know there's been fraud as well.
Right. The government of the Bahamas needs to make a serious approach in putting a stop on issuing work permits at this particular point. We need to put a stop on issuing citizenship at this particular point. You can't be giving out issuing. And at the same time, you're having issues with legal migration in every sector. That can't work. And then we have to find monies to knock down shanty towns because we don't have the resources. When I spoke to the minister responsible for that, we have to wait till we get approval. Then you want to try and say, listen, we give them 2 months notice or so forth. Then we have to bring in social services to then find somewhere to put them because they say they've been here 30 years, 10 years, 20 years. I ain't got nowhere to go. So you thought you was going to be here for the rest of your life? And the problem is, who are they paying rent to? Who are they paying rent to?
Because it's many of us you blame. Many of us sell our identities
Yes.
to these people
Yes.
for a quick buck.
Yes.
And it's so many different things that go on. It's also a fraud with you signing for the work permit.
Absolutely.
You don't need this person, but just to get them in the country.
Absolutely.
It is a very, as the attorney said, a very delicate situation and problem that's happening in the Bahamas that many Bahamians are culpable.
Very much so, Shanique. I don't care if it's down to your carpenter. I don't care if it's the person doing your landscape, cleaning your kitchen. I don't care. If Bahamians are the problem in this issue regarding illegal migration. And that's factual.
Yes.
It's not debatable.
It's a election season,
Yes.
and therefore this topic has come up and it's become one of the hot button issues.
Right.
Not for the first time. This is not a
No,
new
it's not a new
problem,
phenomenon.
not by any stretch of
No.
the imagination. You took this fight for 2 days in a row to
Absolutely.
the office of the Prime Minister.
Oh yeah, when I got there, the first day I met 2 police chiefs there, squad up. I said, well, he's a criminal. They said, no, you say you come in here, but we come in to meet you. And I said, well, listen, I come down for cordial conversation with the Prime Minister. But I said it in that tone because I was frustrated, because I was dealing with a young lady for the last 2 days who is a member and a general in that party. And I feel as if that what she was asking for, I think was legitimate. The authorities in road traffic already approved them. And then you turn around and tell her, well, no, we can't approve you any longer. After you issue me the letter of delivery plate that your vehicle is too old. Well, you noticed when I was applying the first time.
So now let's go and look at the part. So this is why you are attacking the Department of Road Traffic?
No, I'm attacking about road traffic because I'm tired of successive governments putting in law enforcement officers in the government departments. They do not know how to treat people and they can't work with humans. Find a farm in Bamsey, find goats, sheep, and cow, and hogs for them to work with because they don't know well with working with people. Okay? And that's the facts. Stop putting these law enforcement officers, these people who have a militant mindset. They don't know people.
Richard.
They don't know deal with people. Put them on a farm, Shanique. Give them hogs, cow, sheep, and goat.
Richard.
Yeah, I stand by that.
No, but Richard.
No, I say that. I mean that. They don't deal with people, Shanique.
Richard, the thing is that
They'll have decorum.
the individual that's in charge, the female that's
There's
in
two of
charge.
them. The acting controller is a former police officer.
Yes.
And the deputy
And I
is a
have
former
always
police
thought
officer.
I have always thought that she ran that department very efficiently and she does a good job.
Oh, okay. Yeah? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you have an issues now with the taxi issues. You have an issues now with road traffic. I don't understand, right? And I no offense to nobody. If road traffic is a generated high revenue for the government, why is it they're renting building? Well, they can't pay for their own building. They're making all kind of money. They're one of the most highest, I guess, financial institution, government in the Bahamas, I believe.
Revenue generators.
Revenue generated. So why are they renting? Why they can't own something belongs to them? Now, granted that you're making fines.
Now that has nothing to do with the control.
No, I said the controller. I'm saying to you, we have to fix these problems. But I'm saying to you, the controller who's there now, the acting and the acting and the deputy, they are former police officers. They came from a different institution.
Okay, what complaints have you heard that they bring to the management of the Department of Road
Right.
Traffic?
So I hear they don't do well with dealing with the public. They don't do well with treating the staff properly. They're very rough and tough. They're very demeaning, condescending.
You don't think a Bahamian workforce needs that level of discipline and structured environment to get things done?
You have to deal with people. People is very important, Shanique. And if you can't handle people properly, then you will never get people being productive. You have to know how to speak to people, know how to treat people. The dog on the street, Shanique, you should respect. And that's why I say again, and I make apologies for that. Some people, particularly some former police officers, them two at road traffic, they need to go on a farm and deal with cow, sheep, goat, and hog. They don't do well with dealing with people. I can tell you, do a poll at the road traffic. I had former police officers, Shanique. I won't call their names, senior and lower. Tell me, man, Richard mashed them up. Because when they was here, they was horrible on the job. When no one was here, they didn't know how to speak to people. I ask you, Shanique, we have issues right now, police force, in mannerism. The commissioner of police force, the commissioner now is dealing with that every day, dealing with officers with issues. Well, you can speak to me proper. Because I know my rules and I know my rights. And if you slip up, we can have a problem. You ain't gonna talk to me guy now. Because I know my rights. Richard Johnson ain't gonna let nobody in authority speak to me guy now.
But Richard, I'm not sure they could get a word in.
No, they get a word in.
But what did the Prime Minister say to you as it relates to this taxi situation that you were saying, listen, come on, man, keep some industries reserved for Bahamians, because I'd like to know if you've spoken to some Bahamian taxi drivers who say, Richard, we do have a problem with this.
Well, I don't see them all, no Haitian telling me daddy by need taxi. I don't want to see them all that. I'm sick of saying that.
Did he say daddy or
did he
say sir?
Daddy, do you need taxi? Do you need taxi, daddy? I say, mister, not today. I don't do nonsense. I speak English. And I'm saying to you, when I met the Prime Minister this morning, I want to say to the Prime Minister, thank you for accommodating me and accommodating the lady. I won't call her name on air. And the Prime Minister sat down. He met with me. He discussed with me. He met with her. She showed him some documents. He took the documents from her, and he assured her that he will assist her in that regard.
So she was told, yes, sir.
What is so interesting, Lucianita? The Prime Minister said this months ago, or 2 months ago, on the link on the Charles Carter Park. Why everybody got to come to me? Why y'all got to come to me for every reason? I have people in place. You know why they got to come to you? Because who you got there, they would deserve to be on the field too, dealing with hogs and dogs, hogs, cows, and goats and sheep, because they don't know how to treat people well and deal with the public. That's why everybody got to run to the Prime Minister.
Richard, well, did you walk away satisfied?
Oh, most definitely. The Prime Minister knows that we are going into battle soon, and he knows he needs me on his side, and I will be there to support this government. So I'm telling the Prime Minister, we got to take care of these things. Shanique, before I go, please, again, those who are working and serving the public, if you can't deal with the people, human beings, go on a farm and deal with sheep, goat, cow, and chicken. Yeah, because you can't handle people. You don't got people skills.
Richard Johnson, thank you very much for being here. It's good to have you here. You do speak out on behalf of so many issues and try to bring right to a lot of issues, and this is just one of them. We will hear from a livery driver or somebody in that luxury driver space about this standoff. It goes deeper than what Richard said. We'll pick up there when we come back right after this break. This is Beyond the Headlines. We're back after this.
Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store wants to get you ready for back to school.
They have ready-made uniforms and uniform fabrics for almost every school in the Bahamas.
At Carey's, find skirts, blouses, shirts, jumpers, boy shorts and long pants, neckties, socks, and more.
You can even have your uniform skirts custom made.
Check out our selection of embroidered cotton shirts.
That's Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street.
Call us at 393-0758 or 817-0758.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy, and convenience to homes across the Bahamas. We can streamline data collection, reduce on-site visits, and provide more accurate bills with no more estimates. Digital meters also help detect leaks early, saving you from costly bills and reducing water waste. Soon, a user-friendly app will let you track your water usage, manage bills, and stay informed, all at your fingertips. Over the next year, we're rolling out digital meters nationwide, transforming how we serve you with a safer and cost-efficient water supply. To learn about our digital meters, visit our website or call us today. And don't forget to update your information at any of our locations.
Join Janae's Ready for School block party going on all day today. Get up to 20% off. Yes, up to 20% off store-wide. Restrictions apply. Lots of giveaways and surprises for the kids. If you've not found that monogram shirt yet, we may have it in stock or can monogram it for you. What about school neckties, underwear, hair bubbles, socks, school bags, raincoats, and sleeping mats? Join Janae's Chesapeake Road Ready for School block party today. Extended store hours 7 p.m. today only. Janae's Ready for School block party is today. Save on those school last-minute items. Special discounts up to 20% today only.
You work hard to provide for and protect the ones you love. However, life can present unexpected challenges. Who you call in times of need matters. Insurance Management is a Bahamian-owned company that has been serving our community for over 40 years, offering a wide range of coverage for all of your personal, professional, and commercial needs. When life happens, rest easy knowing that our skilled and experienced agents are there for you in your time of need, so that you can get back to what matters most. Insurance Management. Nobody does it better.
If you enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. I hope that you all are watching, because some people are hitting me up and saying the show may have stopped. So if the team in the back can please look into that and check it. But hey, it's good to have you all tuned in. We're going to continue moving forward this evening. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. Beyond the Headlines contributors, Michael Turnquest and Ellington Ferguson. Gentlemen, good evening to both of you.
Good evening, Shanique. Good evening, Bahamas. Thank you again for affording me this opportunity.
Good evening, Shanique, and good evening, Bahamas. A pleasure to be back.
It's good to see you both. We're going to jump right in. You heard Richard at the top of the show saying, listen, there are certain industries in this nation that really should just remain Bahamian. Bahamian should own it, operate it, work in it, make the money from it, all the stuff. Your thoughts about, and he feels as though the taxi industry and perhaps the overall transportation industry is one of them. Your thoughts?
You know, and I'll jump. You know, Shanique, I completely agree. You know, with this thought. You know, there's a lot of other industries that I believe that are being taken over by other, whether it be foreign nationals that should be, something should be set aside for Bahamians. We've had over the decades and decades over time, we've had people infiltrating and finding whichever ways, whether it be through foreign investment, trying to get in and saying, hey, I'll give you some money here. And you see that actually happening in the taxi industry, where and what I understand from this whole the taxi with livery plates, a lot of individuals actually do have foreign investment in some of their vehicles that they bring in, and they have persons who would have financed the cars and they're paying them, or however they have some type of deal in the back end. But this is something that we really need to start doing thorough investigation and ensuring that these are actually going to people who say they can do the work and actually get it done.
He did make a very good point that I because at first I was like, if somebody is naturalized or some legal status in the Bahamas, they should be able to work in the taxi industry, in the transportation industry. But then he said, listen, when a visitor comes into the nation and you are giving them a tour or taking them somewhere, what can you tell them? Ellington, that's important, isn't it?
It is important, Shanique, but I am kind of wary of this whole notion of industry reserved for Bahamians. That's in our government policy, but who we want to enforce it on. Okay, here we have these persons who have been naturalized and from wherever they came from, down south, Jamaica, Haiti, wherever, and they're living among us. They've been given citizenship, and they're working in the midst of us in the industry. And so I am not going to just go after them. I think they have a right once you become a Bahamian citizen. But what are we doing with the people at the top of the chain in the tourism industry who's getting into the tourism industry, who decided that what they're getting from heads and beds and dining is not sufficient? They want to tap into the transportation industry.
So you're talking about the various hotel properties
Absolutely.
that now offer
multiple
their visitors
and take
special
work,
transportation.
They take work from people in the transportation business. They take work from taxi drivers. They take work from livery drivers. Even in some cases, they take work from some tour businesses. Okay, and they circumvent it, and they have their own offers where they offer once people come in and they think this is a high roller or some special guest, they take them, and you sometimes a taxi or a livery driver drop them to the hotel, and you'll never get them going back because the hotel's switching and they're offering the service. And so that is what we're competing with. That is where the approach that I would love to take to this, rather than trying to fight with the small brothers like myself.
Where do you think the line needs to be drawn?
I think
whether
if
it's competition from people who are naturalized, or whether it is the major multi-million and billion-dollar resorts, as you said, competing with you all as well at the taxi stand at the airport, just like everybody else.
I think if you're naturalized, first of all, naturalization is supposed to come. You're supposed to be fluent in English. We are an English-speaking country. And so you should be able to speak English. You should understand the country that you're living in. You should know the history of the country. You should know where to find various places in the country. But I think the focus needs to be on the big picture with the guys who getting at the top of the chain, getting the big chunk of it, and still taking the crumbs that's supposed to be coming down to us, the transportation industry.
But sometimes I understand where you're coming from in terms, but I think it needs to be a two-pronged approach to it, because at the end of the day, yes, you have the big boys, whether it be the Sandals, the Bahamas, and the Atlantises and things of that sort that you have to compete against, even though you should be servicing those. But then again, you have those who are being nationalized, where they have, they come either, who knows where their monies are coming from, where there's, they're cleaning up funds through the taxi business or doing something. But at the end of the day, you have so many Bahamians that want to get into that business, right? And they've been fighting for years. No matter what it is, they're trying to come and, either work their way from the bottom. You saw Richard was here earlier talking about the young lady who they said her car might not be up to par or something of that sort. But there are so many Bahamians. We have to look at it on a grander scale, whether it's our local banks working with individuals in terms of, hey, trying to help them get into the market, where so giving them the loans. I mean, you see the easiest thing that you would see you can get in this country is a loan for a vehicle. You can go to any bank, and the first thing they'll tell you, yes, bring you 10%, sometimes 0%.
For personal use.
Yeah, for personal use. And this is what I understand about our country and our banks. Why won't our banks invest in ideas, invest in people who bring viable business plans, things that have been working for many years, but we rather go ahead and tell somebody, oh, you have a 9-to-5 job, you make $250 a week, oh, go get yourself a brand new car. That should be the last. That should be the last thing on your mind as a young person thinking about getting a brand new vehicle. You'd be thinking about buying a piece of property, building a.
Well, they help with that thought. So the minute someone gets a job, whatever that job is, their first thought, they need to get a brand new car.
Get their hand in that pocket.
But then the bank is they're also, every time, their biggest promotions that they give out, you'll never see them say, oh, we're doing 0% down on this new home or whatever it might be. You can just come in and come get your loan today.
You'll never see that.
You'll never see that. But as soon as you get an asset, as soon as you buy that particular asset, that depreciates as soon as that drives off the lot. Whereas though you can have persons investing in decent homes, things of that sort, whereas though they have some appreciation maybe 5-10 years down the line, if they decide to sell and maybe say I want to upgrade now to a nicer home, they might have a 20% appreciation, inside the particular asset. Vehicles are just a dead asset. But if you're investing something in it in terms of a business, at least you can see a 20% return on that, whether it be, who knows, monthly or yearly, whatever it might be. But you get some return from it.
Yes. Now, I want to ask you, Ellington, before we move on, and very, very quickly, let's see how this goes. The taxi cab union, of whom I reached out to the president and didn't get anywhere, just 1 second, guys, and is saying that, listen, they are at a disadvantage because of the livery drivers, and that the livery aspect of the transportation industry is being treated more favorably. What can you say about that?
No, I would not say that delivery is being treated more favorably. I think the union president said that because that the government is seeking to accommodate the demand for delivery service. And so they tend to say, well, the government is favoring or working with delivery. No, the government has understand that the industry has grown. There is a demand for that service. And the government is seeking to make it fair between both sides so that this pulling and hauling between the sides will not happen. The government is working on necessary legislation to make sure that all policies and all wording of all policies are clear. And the government have met on a number of occasions with the various factions, both the taxi and delivery. And so in good faith, the government is having this discussion. We've had meetings where we had all the stakeholders. We had NAD, the road traffic and Ministry of Transport. We've all met and continue to meet to iron this out and make sure that everybody can work. There are some kinks, there are some issues, there are some rogue drivers, there are some rogue cab drivers, there are some rogue livery drivers that we are all talking about and trying to get them to either come in line or weed them out of the system.
So you are basically saying that what the taxi cab union needs to do is sort of stay with the time, get on top of what's trending, and also kind of make itself more prominently featured. And maybe modernize and upgrade where necessary.
I understand Tyrone's, the union president, his fight for his members, but it's his livery, the luxury service is here. I don't think it's ever going to go anywhere. We are a luxury destination. If you look at the type of resorts that we have, we're generally a luxury destination. We have very few low-end hotels, very few rooms. And so I think there needs to be a clear understanding, and we need to decide how we're going to work together to make this happen without anybody infringing on anybody else's side. The livery guys don't want the fare, which is roughly about $45 plus for the first two going to an Atlantis or $30 going to a Cable Beach. Livery don't want that. No livery, no sedan don't want that, SUV don't want that, limousine stretch or Sprinter, they don't want that. Okay, they're going after a higher market. So where people who want to go in a taxi, who don't want to pay that kind of hefty prices, that they're going to go directly to taxi.
So there's no unfair advantage in any which
As
way.
a matter of fact, the taxi cab will have the majority of the advantage. More people are going to go with that low end than going to go with the higher end price.
The issue that I've always had with our taxi cab drivers is that the fares are never consistent. And that's the biggest issue, that I can never come out of the airport and say I'm going to get into a taxi.
That's another
because
thing, eh?
every
For
day,
real.
every day
Who
the
makes
rate
up the-
changes. And this is what I don't understand. I don't know why we've never decided, whether it be the taxi union or whatever it might be, to say take on an Uber approach, whereas though they create something, and whereas though I can know
That
or,
exists.
I jump.
Or have a
exists.
meter.
That exists.
But I've not driven a cab. I don't
What
know if
he's
there's a
at-
meter, but it's wrong. You're
No,
right.
meters go. What he's asking for exists. The problem is people don't go by the laws. There are zone rates. The government issued zone rates.
Ellington?
You heard me quoted just now. There's a particular rate for cab to Cable Beach. There's a rate for
But
cab
I'll tell you
to
this.
downtown.
I don't know
But
who
what
it's
you
to.
have-
let me pick up my phone and
Yes.
let me call that taxi and say, hey, I want to go from here to there, and that rate is then giving, not them giving me their rate in terms of, oh, we put it inside my little thing, I'm here, oh, you're going to be $35. But why yesterday was $25?
No, you don't understand.
There's the
You don't
Uber,
understand.
and I know I'm going from point A to point B.
Someone from Abaco just recently had to pay from, was it PMH to the Hilton, the over $40.
That's robbery.
Yeah, it's
They should have gotten that
$40.
franchise. Now, see, this is when I talk about weeding people out. The person should have gotten that number when they get out of that cab, and it should be reported. And there's no excuse. There's no sorry. You're out of the business once you're doing things like that. We got some people doing that. They're overcharging people. People come to me about fares that have been overcharged to them, and it happens on both sides. I'm going to explain that in a minute. We have a cab. Somebody walked out at the airport a few weeks ago, asked for a cab. The guy give them the price, and he says, if I turn the air conditioner on, it's going to be extra. I mean, are you serious? That is against the laws of road traffic. They're not supposed to be doing that.
But it goes back to, I traveled last week. I was in Bermuda, I was in the UK, and I saw where you have taxis like the black cabs and the Ubers and everybody working together. Not working together, but at the end of the day, they all coexist in one place, whereas though everybody's making it. At the end of the day, I have the decision as a consumer to say, hey, I don't trust the black cab. For me is maybe, I think sometimes they could be a little over the top, but the Uber, I Uber from point A to point B, it's going to be $23. I know exactly when I get in that car what I'm paying before I actually get to my point B where I want to be. And that's the issue that I have in the Bahamas. We seem to be keeping innovative ideas out, but we want to continue doing business the same old way, because why? It's us as the consumers who continue to get burned over and over, and the tourists who then go back on Facebook and say, you come to the Bahamas, buddy, you better get on a bus or you better walk the way you're going, because you can't trust them, because when you get in there, they tell you it's one thing, and when you get inside that car, it's something else.
Yeah.
Now, Michael, with the Uber thing, I think even if government is minded, we can do this, but we got to do it right. See, because you don't want to get in any vehicle that whose insurance doesn't cover passengers and something happen.
Which I agree.
And then you'll say the government will not allow it. I think if there is going to be an alternative source of transportation other than a taxi cab, where people have this a base fare that they can rely on, it's going to be this fare, we can set that up. We can organize that properly, that they have the proper insurance.
So why can't it exist now fully and totally
It will
and
have
truly?
to be
And why
implemented.
can't cabs look wonderful and just appealing to
Everybody
drive in?
wants to
Why?
do their own
Why?
thing and be their own boss.
Some of these are very
Yeah,
tacky.
the union, there's something the union should manage and say, hey, you have to be up to standard.
Well, gentlemen,
if not,
So the union, speaking of the union don't focus on quality and how you enjoy the ride. They focus on the fact just getting you here and there and getting that fare. Meanwhile, though, the Bahamas Taxi Cab Union, that is now being backed by the Bahamas Trade Union Congress, is preparing to take action to address long-term issues they feel authorities have dragged their feet on. We get this story from Devontae Hanna.
All of you taxi drivers, when this president make that call, and it's going to be very soon, I can assure you that, because we're not going to drag this man on too long. When we make that call, are you with me? Are you up to the task?
That action from Taxi Cab Union President Tyrone Butler while addressing his members in an urgent meeting on Monday is tonight taking shape as their umbrella union, the Trade Union Congress, and its president, Obie Ferguson, says plans are now being finalized to take action.
When you say action, what exactly does that mean? Does that mean
in the trade union business, action meaning either demonstration or strike.
The outrage is born out of what cab drivers have called unfair treatment at the hands of authorities at the airport, hotels, and cruise port, allegedly offering livery plate drivers preferential treatment, ultimately cutting into their earnings. They've asked government to step in, but according to Ferguson, their cries have fallen on deaf ears.
They wanted those issues to be addressed, and a decision was made by them to do what any trade union or any labor worker would be committed to.
Well, in response, the Ministry of Transport in a statement revealed that they've met with the taxi cab drivers and hope to address the concerns transparently and work towards solutions that balance the interests of all parties. However, the taxi cab union led the general strike back in 1958, a moment pivotal to the country's quiet revolution leading to independence, significant labor reforms, and constitutional changes. And while some may say strike action is unnecessary, Ferguson begs to differ, arguing strikes in the Bahamas has led to where the country is today.
Could we see it in the coming weeks? Could we see it before the month is out, or could it be next month sometime?
It could be before that. We have ongoing discussions with my colleagues in the taxi cab, because we're supporting them. Don't forget that now.
While being tight-lipped, Ferguson says nothing is off the table. Devontae Hanna, Eyewitness News.
Before I have you all weigh in on that, I want to just share this that just came into the show. This viewer says, I got a taxi from the airport to my house recently, and the driver said, hi ma'am, your bag is not free. There's a charge for your bag. When has this started happening, you all? When is it that you take a cab and you have a bag, an overnight bag, a suitcase, whatever it is, and you have to pay for that?
There's no consistency. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, some of these taxi union they have no foresight, in terms of how do they help their members, in terms of grow their business. And I would, just tell them, it seems as though they want to operate back in the 60s when, I think they were running more efficient then. Now it's just like everybody's just all over the place, and they're not governing what they're supposed to be doing. They're worrying about the wrong things, and they should be worrying about their members and making sure their members are bringing an actual good product to the tourists, even to the Bahamians, and just not putting them in garbage.
I raised that issue with the minister about the bag. Each bag, the regulation that the government have in place is that the fare covers the first two persons. Each additional person is $5. This is in a taxi cab. Also, in addition to each additional person, after that two person, each bags, they charge them $5 for each bag. And so if you have 3-4 bag, especially
you all know tourists get tired of a destination if they feel as though like they on the take, like somebody on the take for their money, because you're already taking the cab. You don't, okay, fine, what's the fare? Good. You're trying to say that each bag that I have is an additional cost?
Some people will tell them strike and tell them don't come back. Tell them go find some other way of transportation to get around. Because
when they come back from your strike, have better vehicles. Okay, people tired of driving in squalid conditions. Listen, tonight, Bahamas Trade Union Congress President Obi Ferguson is making it very clear that his relationship with the Prime Minister remains strong. You guys, what are your thoughts about that? This is Obi Ferguson, who was pushing back very quickly because Justin didn't tell me I need to wrap up quick. But he seems to be at odds with a lot. But tonight he is saying, and he was talking really getting into a response to Belinda Wilson, but we have no time for that. But your thoughts on him saying, listen, my relationship good but brave, good.
All I can say to that is, wow, it's amazing. I would love to see that play out. I would love to get an understanding of what strong means to him.
He's been in the back room, get a little contract, and now
something, yeah. Boy,
that's what happened.
This is very interesting, I must say that. Wow.
Beyond the Headlines is back after this, and when we come back, we're going to shift gears. Ian Thomas is here just in time for the weekend. You all know he comes with a lot of deals and steals and slick talk, so we'll hear what he has tonight right after this break. Stay close.
My late husband, Tyrone Albury, had a passion for brewing beer at home. We found one of his recipes and we started on the stovetop with 1 gallon of beer. It was a hobby that turned into a passion project that turned completely out of control. We had to make a decision whether or not we were going to continue home brewing or open a brewery. So craft beer is basically brewing a very small batch of beer. Every individual batch of beer is going to be slightly different.
We're always trying to figure out what the next best beer is going to be.
Just the sheer amount of love and effort that goes into every brew. It's a science, really, to selecting the right grains and the hops, and then expanding on some of the normals.
Really, in the last couple of years, we've had a lot more of the locals that have found our location.
They realize that there is a fuller flavor beer out there, and we take pride in that. When we first started the concept of the brewery and we were looking for funding, it was the SBDC that we leaned on to help me push through at times when I wanted to give up, to tell me when I was making mistakes, and for that, I am grateful. So I would encourage all entrepreneurs, if you're looking for funding, mentorship, and encouragement to launch your new business idea, I would encourage you to contact the SBDC.
Are you ready to take the next step in growing your business? Check your eligibility for our guaranteed loan program at sbdcbahamas.com/GLP or call 461-7232 to learn more about how the SBDC can support your business.
Hey guys! The IL Cares Foundation invites you to our Back to School giveaway on August 23rd at the University of the Bahamas, Poinciana Drive entrance. Join us for a day of free school supplies, food, and fun as we help prepare students for a successful school year. We are also going to be on the Family Islands on August 23rd from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. All are welcome! So come on down and support the community with IL Cares. At IL Cares, we care.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
If you enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Remember that Beyond the Headlines is your election headquarters, so of course we are inviting all of you for your special segment interviews. Of course, we're speaking to candidates and political parties. We certainly welcome you here. Reach out to me directly, or certainly our sales and marketing team, or your business. Certainly this is an ideal time to advertise, and so we want to welcome you especially to the show during this election season. So reach out, let's get you started, and let's get a wonderful package going for you. Now, of course, Ian Thomas from Direct Marketers is here. It's always interesting when he stops by because, again, it's always, what is it? The guys just walk out and say, Ian, what you up tonight? Ian, I'll just ask, I'll repeat their question. Good evening to you, by the way. And what you have tonight?
Well, I got all kinds of things to talk about, products and services, businesses, but I just want to start my spiel, if that's okay with you.
Go ahead, of course.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ian Thomas, and I am from Direct Marketers. Direct Marketers is a marketing company where we specialize in radio, TV, print, social media, and e-blast. So if you have a business or a business idea and you want to know how viable it is, please feel free to give me a call at 552-0212, 552-0212. Dial 552-0212. Dial 552-0212.
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Shanique, why you make me do silly things?
Not me. Me.
Come on, man. Shanique, is back to school, you know.
It is back to
and
school.
people want to save money.
What do you have? What special?
I got all kinds of things for back to school, but first of all, I like to tell people all the time, it's so important to save money. So I came up with an acronym, and I just want to tell everybody out there, including you, Shanique Miller, listen, CYC. That's the most important thing, because Shanique and I want you to save money. It's an acronym I just came up with, and it stands for Conserve Your Cash. Conserve your cash. If you want people to conserve their cash and save money at back to school time, text someone right now, your friend, a family member, maybe a church member, and just type in CYC. They know what that means. Conserve.
You could tell the church people type the acronym CYC to each other?
Yeah, to conserve their cash. You want to conserve your cash, I think.
That's right. Let me
so
raise
important.
my mind on the
Also,
yeah.
is another acronym, WTF. That's also important at these times, and that stands for watching the fees. You got to watch the fees. So many people out there, businesses have high fees. You got to go ahead and watch the fees. So type somebody else. I care about you. WTF. Watch the fees. And lastly, you got to be a MILF. Be a MILF. Everyone's a MILF. Shanique Miller, MILF. All kind of people. MILF.
Talk about your little situations, what you're bringing here. Talk to them.
Why? That's another acronym. MILF. Money ensures life's freedoms. So you got to be a MILF. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, you want to save money, remember those things. CYC, WTF, and be a MILF. You're going to save a whole lot of money. I got to jump straight into this, man. Shanique Miller, I missed you so much. Well, I missed you that much. And I keep calling Shanique, and Shanique don't answer when she's on vacation. But when you go on vacation, you vacate.
Yes, that.
Okay, then. Yes. Bella's Signature Suites. I never spoke about them before.
No, you have not, no.
This is a new place. It's a wonderful boutique hotel, and it's located right in the center of town, right there. If you are on Soldier Road and Prince Charles, and you're heading north on Soldier Road, it's right there on the left-hand side. Do you remember where that place used to sell the nice poinsettias during the Christmas time? On Soldier Road? Mm-hmm. That's where they are. Bella Signature Suites, located on Soldier Road, just north of Soldier Road and Prince Charles intersection in the heart of Nassau. Welcome to this hidden gem that blends pure Bahamian charm with luxurious comfort. Bella Signature Suites. It's ideal for business travelers or individuals who desire, a nice romantic couples getaway, wanting to escape and relax without leaving the island. This is where you need to go. The suites are elegant, with lush bedding and ultra-modern amenities. You can put the camera on me. I just sent you some of the pictures so you can check it out. It's wonderful. So you're gonna see it. Shanique's gonna love these photos I just sent. So it's 10 times better than I can even kind of describe. So you're gonna have the choice of 16 stunning signature suites, each designed for total relaxation with custom-built wardrobes. I try to get that word, armoire. I think I said it properly.
Armoire, that's it.
Armoire, yes. Mm-hmm. Armoires, custom-built wardrobes, big screen TVs in the room, and spa-inspired bathrooms, beautiful floor-to-ceiling tiles with walk-in showers. And sometimes when I go do a little vacation, I'm like, I wish I had a microwave in the room. They got microwaves in the room and small room refrigerators.
Kind of almost like you really don't need to leave.
No, not at all.
It's the perfect getaway.
I'm telling you, it's wonderful.
The setting
Did you
is
see the pictures?
Nice. The setting is really nice.
The pictures are really, really nice.
Really
Nice. So if you want to go there and check them out, that's a wonderful place to go. And if you like the outdoors, and they have a great outdoor pool. Wow, gorgeous, tranquil pool, perfect for those humid days or that perfect peaceful evening if you want to go for a swim. Guests start their day with Bella's mouth-watering continental breakfast, which includes, you pay the it's $195 starting, But if you want the continental breakfast,
Yes.
you pay $210. So it's $210 per night with the continental breakfast included. You're going to get fluffy eggs, crispy bacon, soft grits, and tuna. And if you're craving something next level,
That's like continental times. Like that is beyond
the
continental.
food is amazing. I was there last night, but I don't want to jump the gun. So here we go. So if you want to take it to the next level, you can say, hey, I want the exclusive breakfast. And they have this nice on-site restaurant where the chef, executive chef, I may add, he creates real, authentic Bahamian breakfast daily from 7 a.m. Now imagine this, biting into the most moist Johnny cake served with boiled or stewed grouper. You can get shrimp and grits, or how about a nice stack of scrumptious, flavorful waffles. And for the lunch or dinner, you can indulge in mouth-watering dishes like steak and lobster, grilled salmon, real island-style conch, and Bella's famous sexy snapper. Man, this snapper was so good, so seasoned with all the onions and herbs, really good. And if you're in the mood for a nice drink and conversation, you can visit their fully stocked bar. It's a hot spot for locals and visitors. It's filled with top shelf liquor. And I was there last night. I had myself a nice vodka and cran. My friends had ordered the margaritas and martinis. A few of the people got Bella's signature cocktail drinks. 2 of them got local beers. I'm not going to call the name of the local beers, but you can guess what I'm talking about. And you know, I'm not a beer drinker, but they love beer, so that's on them. But I just got to say, I'm still in awe about the rooms and the room rate starting at as low as $195 per night.
For $210 a night.
$210 with the continental breakfast.
That's a lot.
And what I say, I was talking to the owner last night, one of the owners, or the owner I should say, and I said, this is a true example of you guys have been proving that luxury can be affordable and enjoyable. So I gotta tell you guys, give them a call, see something different. Give them a call today, 356-3396. 356-3396, or go online to www.bellasignaturesweets.net. Now, of course, sweets is spelled S-U-I-T-E-S. I just got to put that out there. Shouldn't go look at I was someone saying S-W. Why this thing ain't coming up?
What do you mean, S-W-E-E-T-S?
This man can't spell it.
Yeah.
bellasignaturesweets.net and book your stay. And also they want to say, Bella Signature Suites is more than a stay. It's an experience you won't soon forget. So give them a call, check them out, 356-3396. They're located right there on Soldier Road. And you're going to love it. Really good. Reality Preschool, because we're talking about back to school. Reality Preschool, they want to let you... I keep saying preschool. I'm so used to that. They got rid of just the name preschool because now they're just a school.
Oh, okay.
So they still have the preschool, but they're more than a preschool.
Expanded
Reality school, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Their registration is going on right now, and they are guaranteeing you that this year, and your kids, this year is going to be more exciting and productive for your students. So they're inviting you to come in, check out their campus on Wolf Road, right? They're kind of like opposite Commonwealth Bank. And if you have a child between the ages of 2 months.
That's really nice. That's a nice little area.
That's a great location.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the middle of town once again. Yeah. So if you're in the east, it's not too far. If you're in the west, it's not too far. So your child is between 2 months and 12 years old, and you're a parent who's really serious about your child excelling, this is for you. Remember, reality students are taught learning the ABECA system. Are you familiar with the ABECA system?
I am, yes.
Yes, they're taught using the ABECA system. And now if you couple that with trained, qualified teachers, that definitely puts your kids on the right track to success. So I want you to go and check them out. They got small, manageable, air-conditioned classes. Reality has proven that when kids are more comfortable and relaxed, they are more susceptible and receptive, I should say, to learning. So that's great. Nice, comfortable, air-conditioned classrooms. Instructors assure you that you will see an increase in your child's progress during exam times because they're really good at what they do. Kids' attitudes also improve and look forward to coming to school, and that's very important. Now, Reality has also put in place a rigid exercise routine because, you know, a lot of kids are putting on a lot of weight and getting hefty, and they've added this exercise routine.
It's good to see that they have also prioritized health and wellness.
Very good, and that's all geared towards students' being healthy and active. Now, knowing the importance of mealtime, Reality also offers lunch to students at a reduced rates. It's just another step taken to simplify those hectic days when you're getting those kids ready for school. The cost can be inserted straight into the school fee, so you don't have to come out of pocket. It's going to be right in the school fee. I know most schools, sometimes they put the parents on a monthly who can't afford the whole thing, so you can take advantage of that. Parents will love that. So I'm just going to encourage you guys, stop looking around right now. Reality is the perfect school for your child, and I'm telling you, they're ideal place for young minds. So if you love your little ones so much, go register them today at Reality School on Wolf Road and call Reality at 356-7085. That's 356-7085. You're going to speak to Ms. Ferguson and just see how easy it is to get your child enrolled. And since Reality is growing so rapidly, they now are in the process of looking for primary and preschool teachers and also caregivers for those little ones. So if you think you got what it takes, don't miss out on this employment opportunity at Reality Preschool. Once again, 356-7085, 356-7085. That's Reality School. You're gonna have a good time. Your kid's gonna have a really good time. Staying on the same back to school thing, I haven't talked about this for a little while, but you guys cannot miss I was talking about this some other place, so I shouldn't say in a long time. You guys can't miss this weekend. Back to school bash with Jo Beth Colby Davis. I know you were with her this week.
Yeah,
you were with her this week.
Tuesday.
Yeah. So parents, students of Elizabeth and all the Elizabeth family, listen up. You cannot miss out on what's happening this weekend. Like I tell people, you can't mention Elizabeth without thinking about Jo Beth. Mm-hmm. She's all about Elizabeth. And on this Saturday, August 23rd, from 3 p.m., everybody's heading to Elizabeth Estates Park for Jo Beth's ultimate back to school celebration. So get ready for back to school with the essentials that your kids are going to need to start the year off right. Now there'll be free school supplies giveaways, so bring the whole family. They got food and drinks, sweet treats, catered by the top food vendors, so that's good. Mm-hmm. So go down there and support those food vendors. That's wonderful. Kids can enjoy the water slides, the bouncing castles, and the splash corner. So make sure bring your towels, little ones.
So a full family day.
Yeah, definitely. They're gonna have music. Yeah, music. So when you go out there, you could go out there, Shanique. Get ready, put on your little pum shorts. Get in the daddy wine contest.
Yes.
My girl, that's
yes, I know.
Yeah, you know. Okay, so Shanique's gonna be out there. You gotta please. We're stopping that. We're shutting it down for Shanique. Right, Shanique, put her hair up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Yeah.
Back that thing up, girl.
Absolutely.
And you saying absolutely?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, what has television come to? I said they're gonna have the hottest DJs like One Time, Scully, DJ Melody, and DJ 14. So you know it's gonna be live. Now you can also take a part. Now this is for you. Mm-hmm. You can take part in the Zumba exhibition to get yourself nice energy, get you to do the Zumba, and got raffle prizes and so many surprises. So you guys, you don't want to miss this. Saturday at the park in Elizabeth Estates. They're gonna be having a real good time. If you want tickets for this, for the free school supplies, collect them now at Elizabeth Constituency Office. And while you're there, grab some Lizzie Bucks, where you can use the Lizzie Bucks and spend them with the vendors. So you can put money in there.
So people need to head out there tomorrow.
Definitely. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow to get the Lizzie.
Very good.
Ticket.
You listening? I thought you was just looking here, just being all pretty and everything, all purty and look nice and everything, girl. Girl, you be out there. So listen, so you want to go to Elizabeth States Park and start the school year right with all the giveaways, hosted by your Member of Parliament, Jo Beth Colby Davis. Go, Jo Beth. And why? Because Jo Beth knows Elizabeth deserves the best. So please don't miss it. She's doing an incredible job over there. I love Jo Beth. That's my job. Commonwealth Fabric. I tell you about them before. 46 years in business, man. Come on, man. 46th anniversary mega sale now happening. So come celebrate 46 years of style and savings with Commonwealth Fabrics. You're only going to be met with quality and unbeatable prices because Commonwealth Fabric delivers it all. Remember, this is a huge anniversary sale going on until August the 30th, where you save 20 to 60% off store-wide. Now, unfortunately, you can't save any money on the Androsia. That's not on sale. But everything else, you can get an incredible discounts on all the things that you want. And if you're a parent, go to Commonwealth Fabrics, and they've made back to school so much more affordable with uniform fabric for every school in the Bahamas at rock bottom prices. Think about this. You will save big money on the sale that they're having and on the VAT-free
items. So that's
VAT-free items. Very good.
Really awesome.
So that's really good. Plus, customers get 20% off on all shoes. A lot of people didn't even know Commonwealth Fabric sold shoes.
I had no idea.
You can get shoes down there, 20% off. Go fall in love with all the beautiful fall fabrics, so many styles and textures. I can't believe this, man. It's a crazy, crazy sale. They've got over $20,000 worth of brand new fabric now on sale and ready marked down. Go check out Commonwealth Fabric. Phone number down there is 325-5796, 325-5796. My time's running out, but I got to talk about this quick. Everyone's been calling me for the bully pill. Listen, guys, ladies, everybody, if you want the bully pill, give me a call right now. It's so important. It's going to save your relationship. If you're a man, I got guys in their 20s all the way up to their 70s. If you're a man and you're dealing with ED, that's erectile dysfunction, you want to go ahead and get this. It's a bottle of 6 pills. It's all natural. It doesn't matter if you are dealing with hypertension or diabetes. You take the pill, drink some water, half an hour later, you're ready to go. It's going to give you a nice, strong erection so you and your partner can have a really, really good time. You guys out there, you might be dating someone 5, 10, 15 years younger than you. Come on, man. Get yourself this. I know you're doing the best you can, but you can do way much better. Give me a call, $55 for a bottle of 6. I got a lady calling me and she's like, Mr. Thomas, please, in the name of Jesus, don't sell that man no more pill. This man, he wouldn't leave me alone. I could walk to the kitchen, he trying to touch me up. Oh, Lord, Mr. Thomas, I could tell, I could cut that TV off. I say, George, leave me, let me sleep. I said, ma'am, it's just the bully pill.
What do you have for her?
What I have for her? Don't tell anybody. This is brand new. This is a vaginal tightener. It's amazing. On the street, they call it, Ian, give me that Miss Grippy. This is wonderful. Pushanika Lafe, get this. It's a vaginal tightener. It's easy to be applied, and they want to let you know, ladies, this product will transform you into Miss Grippy. Your partner will be speechless because you're going to have a firm tightness, guaranteed to work. It's only $24.95. Get yourself this. Give me a call. Ian Thomas, direct marketer, 5520212. This vaginal tightener, this really, really works. You know, ladies say, why do I need it? Well, maybe you've had some children over the years and you want to just go ahead and revive down there. Get this. It's going to make a huge, huge difference. Give me a call. I'm going to hook you up with this. And lastly, if you need a DNA test, give me a call. Call DNA Direct at 3240665. Get a paternity test for only $450. You can find out if someone's your mom, your dad, your brother, or your sister. Get a DNA test today from DNA Direct. DNA Direct, when knowing the truth matters.
Ian Thomas, boy, you come loaded with
you
a
think
whole
so?
lot. Yeah, you absolutely do. You come with a whole lot.
Thank you so much.
But I always enjoy having you here
Yes,
and
ma'am.
hearing of all the deals and even things you didn't know about.
Yes, ma'am.
That he brings to the table. Thank you so much. I want to thank all of you for tuning in this evening. Of course, all of my guests this evening, Richard Johnson, of course, in the second segment, Michael Turnquest, Ellington Ferguson, and right here beside me, Ian Thomas. And of course, to all of you tuning in this evening, it's certainly been a pleasure having you along. And I look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.